On my channel, I have already discussed whether Russia is a Christian country, taking into account the legal and practical aspects. Now let's talk about whether she is a secular country and what we mean by that. Legally, according to the constitution, Russia is a secular country, and the church is separated from the state and education for more than 100 years now, since 1918. The federal law on religious communities, however, in its preamble emphasizes the role of the Russian Orthodox Church and also of Christianity in general, Islam, Buddhism and Judaism as traditional religions for the peoples of Russia. And although this preamble does not bear any legal consequences, the position of the Orthodox Church is privileged to say the least. The Patriarch is guarded by the State Security Service, along with the top-level politicians. The Church constantly receives formal and informal support, much property, and the preferential treatment from the tax authorities. But what about the people and society in Russia? Can we say Russia is secular in practice? There are different understandings and definitions of the word secular. The most simplistic one has to do with the opposition to religion, something that the Soviet anti-religious propaganda tried to create. On paper, the freedom of conscience was guaranteed, but in reality the state ideology was hostile towards religion and only tolerated some of the communities as long as they complied with the regime and were put under control. The most common understanding of secularity, however, is not the opposition to religion, but privatization. This means that religion should be moved to the private sphere. People are free to believe whatever they like, but they should not bring it to the public and to politics. The model like this is used in the Nordic and Scandinavian countries, where the top state officials rarely, if ever, discuss their religious beliefs, and religion is mostly discussed when the issue is directly relevant to the majority church. Paradoxically enough, Finland, Sweden, Iceland, Norway and Denmark all have official national churches, but are considered amongst the most secular countries in the world. Back to Russia. Can we say this model works in nowadays Russia? On the one hand, despite all the power and influence of the Orthodox Church and Islam in certain regions, there is almost no pressure to become a believer and a member of any religious community. People are expected to not openly oppose the dominant religions and to not offend the feelings of believers, but there is almost no pressure on any level to join. One can be shamed by religious relatives or peers, but this can happen anywhere. In general, people are used to the fact that there are lots of unbelievers and atheists, from 10 to 25% statistically, and as long as they don't interfere with religious communities, nobody minds. Even though religion can be a private matter in the everyday life, it is obviously not the case on the level of state media, propaganda and politics. Although the political influence of the Orthodox Church is limited, as I have repeatedly claimed on my channel, her public image is very powerful, and her presence in the media and in local public affairs is significant. Social scientists in the 20th century, like Jürgen Habermas for example, came up with a new model describing this situation. They call it post-secularism. The secular projects of the 20th century that tried to either eliminate religion, like the Soviet Union, or make it strictly a private matter, like the Western Europe, failed. It has become obvious with the new challenges of the 21st century, like religious fundamentalism, terrorism, massive migration, and attempted multiculturalism. Nowadays, religion is still not, and probably will never be, a private matter. It is an important factor in ideologies, policy, both domestic and foreign, and society. Russia seems to be a perfect example of post-secularism. It is not a religious country in the old sense, there is no state church, no overwhelming religiosity among the population. Yet, religion plays an important role in politics, ideology, and foreign relations. Please like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel. I see you all next time.